All right, Mike here again, Mr. Middleton. What I want to do is, got the day off, and I want to go down to a town just a little south here of where I live, and there are a couple that I've always meant to pick up, but I just never have. They shouldn't be too hard to find. So once again, what do you say we go grab a couple of geocaches and see what's going on today? All right, thanks. Hey, all right, Mike here. Finally at our first destination. Like I say, there's only really two in town that I want to get, and then there's some others that another video I will quickly give you a look at. But I think I want to kind of, like my old geography person in me, use a map to kind of show you where those are laid out, because they're kind of in a line, which I'm hoping should be kind of easy to get. Once you get down in the city of Irvington, just a little south of Centralia, and believe it or not, I actually used to live in Irvington. And if you're real nice, I think the building's still around, I'll show you where that was. Right now, let's go out and see if we can find this one. Okay, now once again, I don't mind showing you most of where I'm at, but I just don't want to make it so easy that you can come and get this, even though it's supposed to be kind of an easy one. So let's see what we're doing here today. All right. Aha. Whoa, sorry. All right, I found it. Really teeny tiny small one. Pretty easy there. So once again, give me just a second. I'll be right back with you, and then we'll continue and go for our next one. All right, and there you go. I better not. Don't want to set and spoil it for anybody that wants to come and find this one after me. But it was a really easy one. So hey, let's go on and find the other one. The other one could be tricky. Once again, I've looked at some of the pictures up there, and it could be a little bit higher up, so I'm hoping I'm able to get it. But we'll go take a look at it. See you in just a moment. All right, so here we are at our second cache of the day. Once again, why am I only doing a couple of caches? Well, first off, because even though my car thermometer says it's 45, my body thermometer and my little weather bug says it feels like it's like 38. So it's cold. I don't want to be out here in the cold. Once again, it's a Monday for me. I'm out being able to do this because this is the last day of our spring break. Yeah, good spring break here. It's nice and cold. It's supposed to get in the 70s, oh yeah, next week. But once again, I just want to come out and do a couple. I looked for this once before, but it was one of the first or second ones I ever did, and I just really wasn't sure what I was doing. So I thought, well, let's just come out and do one today. Now, we're in a cemetery, as you can see. Kind of show you a glimpse there. And one of the things that I have taken to heart, especially about doing anything geocaching in a cemetery, is that please always be respectful. If there are certain hours that you can and can't be in the cemetery, like if they say, oh, it closes at dusk, then don't go in after dusk. Let's be very respectful for a cemetery. So once again, this one is called Trashy Flowers, and I always like that name. And I think it's mostly because of, here's where a lot of the flowers go to die. So it's right around here. So give me just a couple of moments, and I think it's actually, well, I hate to do this, but I think it's actually in this tree that's right behind me. And I think I actually see it. It's not really hidden as well as it should be. So I'm gonna see if I can grab it and show it to you right quick. Okay, hang on, be right back. All right, I found it, little bitty one. Okay, but first off, to open it, I'm gonna get back in the car, mostly because it's cold, as I told you, and I'm tired of the cold weather. So let me get into it and sign it, and then we'll put it back, and then we can kind of go on. Okay, I wanted to just kind of show you this before I get signed, because how small can they be? Well, here's this one, okay, and the log is here. So yeah, some of these can get very, very small. No, this is not the smallest I know that my wife and I have ever found, but that's a pretty good one. All right, so I put it back where it goes, and that's one of the things I do want to make mention. I may say this a lot, but when you do these geocaches, please try and remember to put them back where you found them. That's very key. If you move it a little bit, if you put it on the other side here or the other side there, someone may not be able to find it. So once again, as I told you earlier, I used to live in this town for a little bit. I worked for a radio station, was back at home right after college, time to move out, and my fiance, soon-to-be wife, her grandmother had a little house that she had lived in, and then she had moved, so she offered us this house. Or offered me this house up until when we got married, and my wife and I lived in that for a little bit before I got my first teaching job. Actually, we lived in it while I went back to school, and then when I got my first teaching job, that's when we finally moved out of it. So let's take you by right quick and I'll show you where it was like. Well, this is it. This is the house that I used to live in. Started here right after I moved out of my parents' house. Worked for a radio station for a little while, but then I realized, it's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do what I originally started to do, which was teaching. So I went back. While I lived here, I worked overnights at a place used to be called the Red Barn. It's no longer around. And during the day, I would go to college. I went over to, finished up my degree at McKendree College. And then that year after I finished, that summer, got a job where I started in Flora. It's believe it or not, my understanding was this used to be an old chicken coop that was converted into a house for my wife's grandmother. This little back porch right here we used to have screened off, and there was one time that's where we had a little dog named Binkley, and we put him out there, set him up, little dog house out there, and it was real nice little house to get started with. But as you can tell, it's unfortunately kind of run down now after the years. But oh well, that's enough of that. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. Short little video today. I've got another set of geocaches that are just off a road in Irvington that go out toward the west, but I want to find some kind of a map to kind of show you where it is I'm going to be going next time and get many of those as I can. The other reason is it's just kind of cold out here, and I don't really want to be out here. So once again, that'll do it for me. I hope you enjoyed this, but for right now, that's your Geography Minute geocaching.